This story was told by Miss Tang Mi, who experienced a terrifying encounter and has come to share it with us. 2 years ago, Miss Tang Mi traveled abroad to a neighboring country on a business trip. The client had booked a hotel in the heart of the city, a vibrant main road not unlike Siloam in Bangkok. The hotel was newly renovated, stylish and modern. For Tang Mi, this was the first time she would see the supernatural up close. She'd only ever glimpsed shadows, heard whispers, or felt strange sensations, but never had anything appeared so direct. Upon arrival, she went to the reception. The client had booked the room for her. Normally, she'd share a room with a female colleague, but this time she traveled only with her male boss, so they had separate rooms. Her boss received his key first and hurried up. Tang Mi waited at the counter, noticing staff arguing in a mix of English and Chinese. Not this room, wrong room, and glances that suggested something was off. She asked if there was a problem. Staff checked if she'd booked the most basic room. She confirmed. Did she want a single bed? She replied, "Anything's fine," exhausted from the flight. The staff handed her the key with stiff, quiet faces, gave her the floor and room number, and didn't escort her up. She chalked it up to hotel policy and went up alone. Inside, the room was small but well equipped, yet its layout was odd. The wardrobe acted as a divider between the bed and the bathroom. Unusual, since most hotels keep the wardrobe near the entrance. Strangest of all, a large mirror was mounted on the wardrobe, facing the bed. Tang Mi, who disliked sleeping in front of mirrors, tried to cover it with her scarf, but the scarf was too short, leaving the mirror only partly hidden. After showering, she fell asleep, exhausted. At night, she woke drenched in sweat. She lay on her side, facing the wardrobe and its mirror. At first, she wasn't alarmed. She saw a woman's legs reflected in the mirror, as if someone was sitting near the head of the bed. It was just a reflection, partly blocked by her scarf. For a moment, Tang Mi wondered if her colleague was with her, but she quickly remembered. She was alone. A chill swept through her. She tried to move, but couldn't. She was paralyzed, what Thais call phi am. The fear grew as she watched the legs in the mirror rise, as if the figure was standing up. But next to her, in the real room, there was nothing, only the reflection in the mirror. She heard faint thumping, like footsteps on carpet, and felt the figure walk behind her and climb onto the bed. She felt the mattress dip with the weight, sensed a cold presence behind her, close but not touching. She lay, frozen, sweating, unable to move for what felt like an eternity. Then she sensed the figure rising and walking around the bed, stopping at a storage cabinet near the door. It was a 3-section cabinet, fridge below, glass shelf in the middle, small cupboard above. She watched, paralyzed, as the figure climbed up, opened the top cabinet, and squeezed itself inside, slamming the door with a series of dull thuds. Silence fell, and suddenly she could move again. Tang Mi jumped up, turned on all the lights, grabbed her things, and sat in the hotel lobby until dawn. She returned only to shower quickly, keeping every curtain open. She asked to change rooms the next day, but staff said the hotel was full and offered no help, unlike the typical hospitality she knew from Thailand. She kept her ordeal to herself, knowing her boss would never believe her. On the second night, she delayed returning to the room as long as she could. Past midnight, she had no choice. She fell asleep and again woke paralyzed. This time, she didn't see the figure in the mirror, but felt the weight climb onto her bed, not beside her, but on top of her, slowly turning her body to face it. She couldn't resist. She couldn't close her eyes. She couldn't see the face. Long hair obscured it, but she sensed pale skin and bloodless lips. The figure spoke, but in a language Tang Mi didn't understand. She tried to communicate mentally, offering to make merit for the spirit, but the entity kept pressing, repeating words that sounded like, "Take it off." Tang Mi suddenly remembered she was wearing a protective amulet. The spirit's demand was clear: take it off. She refused, fighting silently. The spirit held her down, repeating the demand, until finally, it abruptly got up, walked to the cabinet, climbed inside, and slammed the door shut as before. Tang Mi spent the rest of the night in the lobby. The next morning, she questioned staff. Eventually, an older employee confided, room 259 was not meant to be used. The bed was moved from another room where a murder had taken place. The victim had been stuffed inside a cabinet, just like the figure she'd seen. The system assigned her the room by mistake because the hotel was full. To this day, Tang Mi avoids room 259. Even on return trips, she insists, any room but 259. The memory of that number and that experience is burned into her forever.